Hi everyone, my name is Tanea and I'm going to discuss the positive and negative impacts of technology on society. With technology becoming more and more prominent in our everyday lives, it's important to take a look at both the positive and negative effects it has on us. A quick Google search will give you an endless number of articles. Many of these include information to back it up and many are people's opinions. Is it helping us or is it hurting us? This video will go into a bit of detail on the top few that resonated with me. Skim reading is the new normal was one that I've actually mentioned to several people since reading. Ximing Liu from San Jose State University has conducted a series of studies which indicate that the new norm in reading is skimming, with word spotting and browsing through the text. Many readers now use an F or a Z pattern when reading, in which they sample the first line and then word spot through the rest of the text. When the reading brain skims like this, it reduces time allocated to deep reading processes. In other words, we don't have time to grasp complexity, to understand another's feelings, to perceive beauty, and to create thoughts of the reader's own. I've noticed for quite a while that I do this when I read, even when it's something that I'm reading on my own accord. I skip past much of the text looking for the most important words, but I wonder sometimes if this is actually taking more time, as I end up going back to reread part of it anyways. Another statement by English literature scholar and teacher Mark Edmondson that was interesting to me was of the growing potential and ability of large numbers of students to read with a level of critical analysis sufficient to comprehend the complexity of thought and argument found in more demanding texts. This also hit home with me, as there are many times that if an article looks a little deeper than I may be able to understand at the moment, I skip past it. I'm able to quite often understand what I'm reading, but it usually takes a few attempts to really master. Cognitive offloading, how the internet is changing the human brain, also sparked my interest. There were two quotes in specific that I can relate with on almost a daily basis. There was a study group between researchers at the University of California, Santa Cruz, and the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. This group was trying to find how often the studies would reach for their phone when asked a question. They split them into two groups, one that was able to use their phone and one that could not. The first quote was that those who use the internet did not attempt to answer one question from memory, even a simple one. Technology has been at our fingertips in such a way that we don't even try to think of an answer, and I know this is true with myself part of the time. The other quote was that researchers discovered that being able to take photos of what they saw made subjects less likely to remember the details about them. While a photo is a great opportunity to remember something in the future, this study showed that we were much more likely to recall a memory in full detail without having our phones in hand. The last article, trending more on the positive side, was about how technology has improved healthcare. Lydia Ramsey goes on to discuss how there is now an Instagram for doctors called Figure One. This app was co-founded by Dr. Joshua Landy, and he describes it as a central nervous system of healthcare. Doctors are able to post a concern to the app, and it reaches about 1.5 million users that can give their expertise to help. Also, having patient records in digital format makes them accessible from anywhere, as described in the second article. This has resulted in shorter waiting times for patients, improved access for rural areas, and improved efficiency, leading to savings. In conclusion, technology has come so far even in the last decade. There are many ways that it's helping improve our lives, but there's also a possibility that it will destroy us if we let it. It's crucial to find the balance between using it in a way to help us grow and learn, and not using it as a crutch. It's being able to still use our brain, yet also make our everyday tasks more efficient.